This presentation will discuss an event known as the Million Man March. On Monday, October 16th of 1995, an estimated 850,000 black men gathered in Washington, D.C. at the National Mall. Their purpose was to declare justice and make amends for their failure as men, and to accept responsibility as the family head. Many of the attendants were at the event for over 10 hours. This showed a great deal of commitment and willingness for the cause. During this gathering, the crowd was not limited to one group of men. There was a wide variety of classes and religions, including Christians, Muslims, Hebrews, agnostics, nationalists, Pan-Africanists, the rich, the poor, and even celebrities attended. Everyone there displayed very responsible behavior, and there was no fighting, drinking, smoking, or any behavior of the sorts. There were many influential speakers and performers that attended, which provided a lot of media attention for the event. Those who couldn't attend in person stayed home from work and school to watch from home. Many people watching from home took the day to fast. Dr. Conrad Worrell was considered one of the main organizers of the event. He is actually the current president of the National United Black Front. He considered the event to be very significant and stated that the Million Man March was one of the most historic, organizing, and mobilizing events in the history of black people in the United States. Minister Louis Farrakhan also helped to organize the event. He was actually the leader of the Nation of Islam, and while he was speaking at the event, he explained what he considered to be the 8 steps of atonement. Kurt Schmoke was a speaker at the event who gave an impactful speech. He was the mayor of Baltimore, the president of the University of Baltimore, and he supported the event greatly. During the event, he gave a speech, and during that speech, he said the following statement: "Let our choices be for life, for protecting our women, our children, keeping our brothers free of drug, free of crime." Benjamin Chavis Jr. was an American civil rights leader. He was the director of the event and the former executive director of the NAACP. He offered a lot of insight as to how the event should be run and helped contribute to its success. Representative John Lewis was an American politician and a civil rights leader at the time. However, he didn't support the event. He thought it was an effort to resegregate America. This shows that while people may have the same goals in mind, they may not always agree on the process to achieve those goals. Pictured on the left is Benjamin Chavis Jr. Pictured on the top right is John Lewis, and on the bottom right is Kurt Schmoke. Now, I mentioned before that there were a lot of celebrities and influential speakers that attended the event. Well, here are some of the speakers that were there: Jesse Jackson, Rosa Parks, Cornel West, Maya Angelou, who entertained at the event with her poetry, Marion Barry, and Stevie Wonder, who entertained with his songs. On the day of this event, Congress shut down, and President William Clinton just happened to be out of town. The event was covered by media and broadcasted nationwide. It was actually the first public march to provide independent financial audit of its operations, and was one of the largest demonstrations in Washington, D.C.'s history. Overall, it was a day of unity, love, and brotherhood. Following the event, there were quite a few impacts that it had, one of which was its declaration of being the Holy Day of Atonement, and also immediately after the event, 1.7 million black men registered to vote. There was also an increase in the adoption of black children. The National Association of Black Social Workers reported 13,000 applications to adopt black children as a result from this event. The Million Man March instigated an alteration of perception of black men nationwide. In fact, viewers in attendance began to see black men as willing to take responsibility for themselves and their communities. They witness in person their willingness to better themselves. This event can be considered a milestone in racial discrimination.